everyone, and welcome back to the Richland One story. I'm your host, Amber Mackey, and I have a very special guest with us today. I have none other than our 2024-2025 Classified Employee of the Year, Mr. Mark Davis. Hello, Mr. Davis.
Amber, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
We're so happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
Now, let's just kick this right in, kick it right off.
All right.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Mark Davis. I'm from Hopkins, South Carolina. Graduate of Lower Richland High School, class of 1996. I have two young men, Mark Jr., Adrian Davis. Was married for 21 years. My wife passed in 2017 from soft tissue sarcoma cancer, but she beat breast cancer, but it was a cancer that came unexpectedly, but she fought until the end. So, this month I will celebrate her, as I always do. But I'm the therapeutic counselor at Horrell Hill. Been doing it for 21 years in the district. Horrell Hill is my third school as far as doing the therapeutic counselor. And it's been a rewarding experience. During my years, I've had 15 students to test fully out of being in special needs.
Oh, wow.
And some of them now are still in the military, doing well. I just love what I do. I'm also I have a catering business, Bishop Kitchens and TJ's Tasty Treats. I've been cooking for a long time, but on last year, I finally got my license, and that has been going very well. I'm also a professional drummer with the Gospel Legends from Columbia, South Carolina. We've been together for 35 years. I've been with the group 30 years as a drummer, security guy. I'm a nice guy.
Not to toot your own horn, but he said he's a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy. But other than that, I love to be with my family. I love to be home, look at old movies. And I just really like to see people smile. And I like to cook, so.
Well, I love that. Well, Thank you for sharing about your wife. I know she's looking down, so proud of you and your accomplishments. And you say you went to LR.
Yes.
It is nothing like Richland One pride. When you go to a Richland One school, that runs deep, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's good to be able to, not only work in the school district that you were a part of or as a student and to give back. So it's lovely. I'm still getting used to the attention because I'm more of the type of a guy. I just like to do things behind the scenes. I'm a team player. Really not the one to to do the recognition or anything. As long as whatever I'm a part of is growing and being successful, I'm cool with that.
You got this recognition for a reason, and you deserve it. So enjoy it while you have it, okay?
I am.
So now let's talk about your role as a therapeutic counselor. What does that entail on a day-to-day basis?
Well, with what I do, we have students that have emotional disabilities that my job is to show them different strategies and to channel those emotions as far as from acting out or, when they get frustrated, the emotions kind of go beyond what the classroom might be able to handle. So I work with them daily, far as like working on different techniques of, controlling those emotions and, building a relationship and also working with the parents as well. So that way we all are on the same page far as if they're acting, exemplifying those same behaviors at home, this is what I'm doing. So I kind of coach the parents as well. So that way, if the student is, is in a structured and more balanced environment at school and at home, then it makes the process easier. And then once once you're consistent with it, then you see the changes. And that's why I say within my 21 years, 15 students have pretty much taken the tools and strategies that I've taught them along with the parents, and now they are successful in society.
I love that. And I heard you talk about some of the strategies, but let's dive deeper into that. Mm-hmm. What are some of the particular strategies that you use to connect with your students on a deeper level?
So most of the time, getting them to talk because they have so much within them and building that trust so that way they can, trust you to tell you what's deeply going on. Students don't really talk to their parents. And so, once I get them to trust me and we talk about what's really bothering them, and then I let them know, now I'm going to tell the parents so the parents can know, and then we all get together and try to work out the details and work out different ways to help the child and get the extra help that they may need beyond the school. And it's to be honest with you, we all are grown, but some of these kids are in elementary school, but they're dealing with so much. They're dealing with things that are deeper than what we deal with as an adult.
Right. And
so getting them to talk and getting them to trust is the big factor of finding the solution to help with to help them with their emotional disability.
You're not only just caring about their talents, you're caring about the person inside.
Right.
And how they're going to better themselves in the future. So I love that. I love that you stated that.
Yeah, that part, because that's the thing, like I tell, I even tell, our students in elementary, that's having difficulty with reading or difficulty with math. I said, listen, you don't want to be a crutch, or you don't want people doing stuff for you. So take this time now to learn. I said, you don't have time to sit up here and, want to disrupt the class or not listen to the teacher, because at the end of the day, the teacher has hers, right, or his. They're trying to get you where they are or whatever you want to be. And I said, you don't want people taking advantage of you. So once they become adults and they see you in the store or wherever, and they say, Mr. Davis, I remember you telling me this, and you looking at them and they have families and they're doing well, that lets you know, that's the big reward, getting rewards.
This is why I'm doing this.
Yeah, getting rewards are good, but when you actually see the students that you work with, that's the greatest reward of all. So,
Was there anyone in particular that inspired you to go into this career path of education?
My mom. My mom, like I said, my mom, she was a big advocate for education. All my mom knew was education and the Bible. That's all she knew. That's all she loved. And, when I was in middle school in Richland One, I went to Hopkins Elementary, Hopkins Middle. But when I was in middle school, I went through that little phase of finding myself. So my mama helped me find myself. She put me in private school for 3 years at Cardinal Newman. I was at Cardinal Newman my freshman through my junior year. And then I asked her, I said, now, Mom, I'm doing good. I've got myself together. And then, I was keeping in contact with my cousin, Tava Taylor. She's Cunningham now, but she's a pharmacist. Her and her husband, they have a business here. And when I started hanging with her and, I asked Mom, I said, can I go back? And she's like, okay. So went back to Lower Richland. And after that, when I graduated, didn't go to school after that. Still was trying to find myself. But I would hear my mom praying at night, please guide my child. She would pray for all of us, me and my brothers and sisters. But she said, please guide my child, because he has so much to offer. Because I was like a little roadie on the road, far as like, going with groups and, just hauling equipment. But, when I saw this one guy, older guy, got sick and took him to the hospital and didn't have any insurance, that kind of clicked in me. Mm-hmm. And then it seemed like every time I got paid, my car got broke down. So I was like, no. So, I was listening, but I wasn't taking it in. But one morning I woke her up and we went down to Morris College. And my brother's best friend was the recruiter. And from that point in 1997, enrolled into Morris, and then met Dr. Brisman. He was the chairman of the education department. Then Mrs. Duncan, she was like a mother. Dr. Singletary, she was phenomenal. She was tough as nails, but she could see the best in you. And that's, with all of those, everyone, instilling that in me, I took it in. And that's why, that's why I told you before, I used to tell the parents, whatever's on that paper, that is not my problem. My problem is to find the solution.
So at Horrell Hill, you started Drumline.
Yes, I did.
Tell us about that initial vision and how that started.
All right. Well, I work with the after-school program, the CRP program. I'm the assistant to Mrs. Tracy Walker, who is the coordinator for that after-school program. And we were getting ready for our end of the year, I guess we'd say show. And it was like all the classrooms had to demonstrate, what they've learned, what the students have learned in the after-school program. And so she was like, why don't you do a drum line? I was like, nah. I said, I am. I said, no. She's like, she can be very persistent. She's like, okay, so when is practice? I was like, okay. So I'm like, kids of the day, all they do is video games and TikTok and Facebook.
Oh my God, I was about to say, now, do I need to teach you about Facebook?
But so I was like, when they were in the cafeteria doing lunch, so I said, I asked the student, I said, give me a sec. I said, who all would be interested in, being a part of the drum line? We got 40.
Oh my goodness.
So, but, I had to set a standard with that too, far as letting them know about, their grades and behavior. And we had 40. And so we had 2 weeks to get prepared. And they killed it.
Oh my gosh.
They killed it. So after that, the parents, like, this is, looking at the parents and their facial expressions and soaking it all in, looking at their child doing something that they never done. And and see the kids excited, and it was fun. So when we came back to school, I ain't think nothing of it. I was like, we just did CRP. That was cool. As soon as the first day, this day was when we got practice.
Oh my goodness, they were looking forward to that.
I was like, let me. I said, I was still coaching football. I said, let me balance this. I said, let me balance everything out. I said, we let me work on it. And that year, I had some students in my classroom that I really had to be focused on. So once I got them level, so then I could be able to kind of, branch off to do the drum practice. And they would come with me. I made them my assistants. So I gave them a job, and they took it very seriously. And so we were getting ready for our Christmas concert, which we, which they haven't done in some years due to COVID. And so, again, Mrs. Walker, go ahead and get the drummer board part together. I was like, ask me. Tell me. But that's just how, that's how we, go. She's like, okay. I was like, all right. So then again, on top of the 40 from the after school, it was an additional 20. So I'm working with 60 kids.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm working with 60 kids. And so I was like, man, I got to get some drumsticks.
They could be doing anything in the world, but they want to play drums for different events with their classmates. And right. I love that.
And they they take pride in it now. They take pride in it.
They're like, this is my drum line.
Yeah. So, like I say, only thing we're going to prepare for right now will be the Christmas concert. So,
well, Mr. Davis, we're going to wrap this up.
Sorry.
I do want to know, what does being classified Employee of the Year mean to you?
It means a lot. It means so much far as knowing that me being a team player allowed me to accomplish this award. I couldn't receive this award without, getting getting advice and getting help and ideas from my colleagues from around the district. When we would have our meetings and talking with other therapeutic assistants, or taking notes in from the guests that will speak to us. But the main factor is just taking everything in from where I work, which is at Horrell Hill, not only from the principal, but the teachers, the custodians, and everybody, kind of just giving ideas and taking it in and using those things. So not only even though I got the award, but it is an award from everyone that has impacted my life and and instilled different ideas and stuff into me to be able to do what I do. And it's a representation not only of Horrell Hill, my family, but the district as a whole. Because like I said, when we work as a team, we win as a team.
When we work as a team, we win as a team, and we're so grateful to have you on our team.
Yes, I'm grateful to be here.
So as we close, we like to ask all our guests a fun question, right?
Right.
So my question for you today is, if you could have any superpower for one day, what would it be and why?
Get everybody on one page.
Oh, I love that.
And when I say everybody, from the adults to the students, everybody just working as one.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So, if I could have that power, oh man.
You'll do something good with it, which is great.
Right.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Davis. We hope that you enjoyed being here as much as we did having you.
Yeah, I had a blast.
For all things podcast, please visit www.richlandone.org/podcast and be sure to follow us on all our social media accounts. We have Facebook, Instagram, and X, which is formerly known as Twitter. And until next time, remember, we are Richland One.